Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? Yo, peep motherfucking game, man. We gotta talk about this, man. We gotta rap about the fan bases between continents, man. I don't get how. I don't know if it's something with the promoters or these fighters are just not promoting themselves to the point where people are just clamoring they gotta see him fight, to the point where it's the minute the fight gets announced, the tickets are sold out. Canelo seems to be the only one that fights over here on this continent that's capable of doing that, man. Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. sold out shortly after the fight. Was probably 45 minutes after the fight was announced. Tickets was just going like that. Amir Khan and Kell Brook, the minute the fight is announced, tickets is just going out like that. Anthony Joshua, as soon as the fight is announced, the tickets is just going like that. What gives Americans this sense of arrogance and entitlement to think that they can't, everybody is just supposed to come over here and fight them? If we fight, you got to come here to America. I'm not going over there to Britain. I'm not going over there to, to wherever, man, anywhere in the UK. I'm not going over there and fighting you in Europe. The way the fans cater to their to their boxers over there in their home country is just it's actually it's something to be envious about, not in a bad way, but in a good way. If they're like that towards their fighters, their homegrown fighters, why wouldn't they be like that towards a fighter who's cultivated in America but decides he wants to take his talents over there to Europe to fight over there, fight one of their dogs over there? I don't see how y'all aren't understanding that it's money over there to be made, and how your arrogance is blocking you from getting the heights marketing wise that you can't get to over here. It just don't make no sense to me, man. It's baffling. It's baffling. If I'm Jaron Ennis, Conor Ben just called out Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis needs to take his ass over there, especially if Conor Ben beats Chris Eubank Jr. He needs to take his ass over there and fight Conor Ben on UK soil. He needs to do that. He needs to do that. I love what Devin Haney did, man. The world is so much bigger than your block, than your hood, than your city, than your state, than your region. Why wouldn't you want to get out and be able to touch a multitude of people? Do y'all not understand that the fights don't just get broadcasted in America? They don't get just broadcasted in America, especially the big fights. And if you're that established enough, people will buy an app just to see you fight on it. So why would you hinder yourself from doing that shit? Because you so fucking arrogant to think that the world is just supposed to bow and grovel at y'all feet and kiss y'all ass and clean the royal penis. That is wild to me. That is wild. That is wild. And what's so wild about it is all of the greats from the past have fought, not all of them, of course, but the ones who was really trying to cross over, there's probably no bigger boxing icon. Mike Tyson reigns in the top 5 of just polarizing figures. Polarizing figures within boxing. There's not too many that have been bigger than him. Floyd, Manny, Muhammad Ali. Who we got after that? Mike Tyson. And then you get into, a Canelo Alvarez. There's nobody who was bigger than that. There's not as many people who was bigger than that. And the fact that they fought on different continents, it's like, why aren't y'all trying to implement that or replicate that? Who the fuck are y'all to where y'all just got it like that to where y'all niggas can just stay at home and not have to leave y'all comfort zone? And when someone decides that they want to give money somewhere else or fight other European fighters that, they Euro bums. They Euro bums. They ain't fought nobody. Them is Euro bums. Just look at how we look at, European fighters and European fans. I'm not just talking about the white ones. Just so you know, I just really want to make that clear and drive that point home. I'm talking about people who was born and raised in those countries over there in Europe, and particularly the UK. Why is it that y'all niggas can just sit at home and just beat y'all chest? Oh, I'm American, I'm a black American, I'm a black American, I'm a black American. Y'all can just beat y'all chest, and that's just what it is. The bro calling me right now. I'm gonna hit him back when I'm done talking to y'all. Y'all can just sit at home and kick y'all feet up. Oh, I'm American. They gotta come and holler at me. When you can make far more money over there across the pond. You can make far more money. Could you imagine Jamal Charlo going over there and fighting a Felix Cash or something like that? You don't think them tickets is gonna go like that? Y'all are not being smart, man. Y'all are not being smart. It's a reason why a lot of these foreign fighters are gassed the way that they are. Look at their fan bases that they have, that they cultivate here and the countries that they come from. How many fans went and seen Earl Spence fight in Sheffield when he fought Kell Brook? Y'all not going outside like that. They are. They are. Now, I don't know what the wages and everything is like over there in Europe, to the point where it just seems like it's a lot more easier for them to make that voyage across the seas. But bro, they are doing it. That's a loyal fan base. That's a fan base that you want to be able to have at your disposal. When you fight, yo, so-and-so fighting, I'm buying that fight. I'm buying that fight. So-and-so fighting, they fighting at 3 and 4 in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning, like they did with Nonito. I'm watching that fight. I'll be up watching it. That's the type of fan base that you want to have. But y'all are just so hell-bent on staying within your own comfort zone. You just think, hey, man, I don't know. I'm American. You come and you fight me on my terms. You come and you fight me on my terms. Just think about that. Like, yo, the big names over there, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, even Dillian White, they do numbers over there. Why wouldn't any heavyweight want to go over there and watch? They're fucking right. They're selling out the O2, bro. 100,000 in a motherfucking venue. 100,000 in a venue, dog. You take any UK fighter, especially in these, welterweight and middleweight and shit like that. You take any of those fighters and you put them, you put them across the ring of an American fighter on UK soil. That is going to be the biggest thing happening over there at that time. And y'all refuse to really just cash in on that because y'all want y'all asses kissed. Y'all want roses thrown at y'all feet. Y'all want the royal penis cleaned. Katie Taylor, women's boxing isn't nearly as prolific. Women's boxing gets wild disrespected. It gets hella disrespected. Yet they were able to pack, I don't know how many Irish people in Porter Rocks in Madison Square Garden, to the point where usually they can block out the noise on a broadcast where you can hear the commentators and the announcers a lot more clearly. You could barely hear them. That's how loud that venue was. That's how loud that was. We'll go and watch a fight over in different cities in our own country. We're not traveling across the pond. The Brits are doing that. The Irish are doing that. Why wouldn't you want them at your disposal when it's time for you to get in there and run that? You don't want them at your disposal? I don't understand that. I'm really having a hard time getting that, man. These fights that are getting announced over there on European soil are being sold out minutes within the tickets, minutes after the tickets go on sale. The only fighter who was able to do that here in America is Canelo Alvarez in the now. Canelo's the only one who can do that. He's the only one with the marketing, the marquee value to do that on this continent. Nobody else is doing that. And with Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, they're building up these European fighters over there. Man, in the next decade, Britain is not going to be nothing to fuck with. Britain is not going to be able. If Savannah Marshall beats Clarissa Shields next month, that's going to become the norm pretty soon. A lot of Americans are regressing. They're not fighting as much. They get a little bit of money, or they'll get a big bag and think that you're obligated to give him that equal amount that they make. Like Keith Thurman, I made $10 million with Manny. That's my price. I'm not moving off of that. And you're so your mind is so diluted, and you're just so out of touch with reality that man, bubblegum ain't cheap no more. So now I'm about to come out of pocket to pay you to watch you fight. Motherfucker, please. Just look at that's arrogance, man. It's extreme arrogance watching these American fighters, how they operate. I dictate the terms. It's about me. Fuck Europe. It's about me because I'm from America. I'm from America, even though I'm proclaiming that I have a back injury or a shoulder injury, so I can't make this fight happen. I can't make this fight. I got to back out of the fight. When in all actuality, we seeing them ticket sales. And niggas ain't giving a fuck about y'all. Y'all not them. And y'all got the nerve to walk around with y'all nose in the air like y'all better than somebody because of where y'all from. While them niggas is over there selling thousands and thousands of tickets out in 45 minutes. The only one who was able to do that over here in America he's Mexican. Not even a Chicano. He's Mexican. Straight from Mexico. He didn't learn to speak English until about 2 years ago. If that. He's the only one capable of doing that. No, Fury and Wilder was one of the biggest and most successful pay-per-views last year, and they didn't sell out that fast. Bud didn't sell out the whole fucking Cowboy Stadium. Not Bud, but Spence. It's just really amazing how arrogant Americans are, to the point where hey, I'm that nigga. We meet on my terms. I just really can't fathom that, man. How y'all dudes are just that arrogant to the point where y'all will block your own blessings to stay in a privileged position of simply just beating your chest that you are American. It's the most asinine thing that I've ever heard in my life, man. I'm going to watch this fight. I'll be back. Peace.